Well, hi everyone. It's the SoCal Report. I'm Brad Free on the eve of Santa Anita winter. This is always a fun time of year, perhaps more so this year due to the quality of horses that we're going to be able to watch run as this long winter spring meet unfolds. Arrogate, he's training at Santa Anita. He looks super in a Wednesday morning workout. Mastery, 3 for 3, probably the leading contender for the 2017 Kentucky Derby, based in California at least. And of course, sometime in early January, Songbird will return from Kentucky to prepare for her 4-year-old campaign. Of more immediate concern are the 4 stakes races on opening day, 4 graded stakes races that comprise the late pick 4 races 6 through 9. Race number 6, the grade 3 San Simeon. I like a long shot named Ohio to possibly spring an upset. Race number 9 is the Mathis Brothers Mile, 3-year-olds at a mile on grass. I like the chances of Conquest Enforcer. He's the 7-2 favorite on the morning line. And in between those two, a pair of grade 1 sprints for 3-year-olds. The grade 1 La Brea for fillies is race number 7. The Malibu Stakes is open. That's race number 8. And before we get to the fields for those 2 stakes races, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the recent winners of the Malibu, and then we'll follow with the La Brea. And the reason for showing this chart, well, we'll get to that in just a second. As you can see from the race chart, from the chart on the screen, the last 6 years since Santa Anita reinstalled dirt, the Malibu Stakes has been relatively formful. Going from the bottom up, in 2010, Twirling Candy paid $9 as the second favorite, followed by the Factor, a winning favorite. A couple of long shot winners, and then Shared Belief and Run Happy in 2014 and 2015. Next to those horses' payoff is the last start Beyer speed figure. Now you'll see by the recent number from Run Happy and Shared Belief, a 108 and 107. High speed figures, yes, they can lead to winners, but they also depress the odds something crazily, and that's going to possibly come into play in this year's Malibu, because there is a high figure horse in the race that I think is going to get hammered. As for the La Brea, it's a completely different animal. Let's go ahead and look at the recent winners of the La Brea since Santa Anita returned to dirt in 2010. And we begin formful with Switch. She was the high figure filly going in with a 98 Beyer speed figure. She was the 6-5 favorite, and she delivered. But the next 5 winners of the La Brea from 2011 to 2015, they were all long shots, $35, 11, 28, 27, 23. And you'll see by the last start Beyer speed figure that the last 5 La Breas have been won by relatively slow horses, slow fillies. The point is this: it does not require a huge speed figure to win the La Brea. You need to be in form, you need to have a good trip, and you need to fire. Well, that happened 5 times recently with long shot winners of the La Brea, and that could happen again in 2016. I hope, anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at the field for the La Brea. It's race number 7. A field of 8 entered the race, including a pair of very good shippers from out of state, and those being Lightstream, the 2-1 favorite on the morning line, and Finley's Lucky Charm as the 5-2 second choice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the most recent start. Finley's Lucky Charm is the top figure filly in the La Brea based on her most recent win. It was November 25th at Churchill Downs, and all she did was the Dream Supreme. She pressed the pace too wide and then just ran away from the field. She won by more than 8 lengths. Her 102 Beyer speed figure is the tops in the La Brea field, and if she can run 2 alike for trainer Brett Calhoun, there's no reason at all why Finley's Lucky Charm cannot win again. She's 5 for 5 in sprints. The top choice in the race, in my opinion, the class of the field, October at Keeneland. She sat back off a contested pace, rallied wide, lost a lot of ground into the lane, and ran past the field late. She won going away. From a visual perspective, I have to admit, I was not blown away. But you can't knock her either. Lightstream is 4 for 6 in her career. She's a 2-time graded stakes winner, and we know she's fast. She earned a 103 Beyer speed figure back in March at Gulfstream Park. That's the highest number among 3-year-old sprint fillies on dirt this year. Finally, a long shot. As alluded to earlier by that chart of recent La Brea winners, it does not require a fast horse necessarily to win the La Brea. And Chow Chom is not a fast horse, but she did outrun her odds last time out. She went head-and-head with Enola Gray down at Del Mar in the Betty Grable. Enola Gray was 1-9 that day, and Chow Chom ran away from the favorite in the lane. She won by more than a length. She left Enola Gray reeling, and it's true the slow pace probably contributed to the victory by Chow Chom, who earned an 89 Beyer speed figure. Now, the speed figure is not that important except for this. It was the best number of Chow Chom's career. She is getting better at the right time. She also has a versatile running style, and at odds of 8-1, I'm looking forward to taking a little shot with Chow Chom, but she'll have to defeat Finley's Lucky Charm and Lightstream in the La Brea. As for the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes, it's race number 8, and a full field entered this race. Scratch number 1, Navy Him. He is already out of the race, and that leaves a field of 9 3-year-olds going 7 furlongs, 3-year-old colts and geldings. Let's take a look at the high figure horse in the race, and that would be 10 Blessings. Trained by Bob Baffert, this son of Smart Strike ran on Breeders' Cup Friday in a one-other-than allowance race, and he destroyed the field, 10 Blessings did. He ran away from Distinctive Passion, who, by the way, came back to win, and 10 Blessings earned a 106 Beyer speed figure. As alluded to earlier, speed figures do lead to Malibu winners. There are a couple reasons to believe that 10 Blessings can reproduce that effort. For starters, he's bred to be any type by Smart Strike out of the champion filly Indian Blessings. Secondly, he is trained like a good horse since that race in early November. He had a fast workout on early last week, December 20th, in 1:11.3. And if 10 Blessings runs 2 alike, he'll come right back and jump from one other than to Grade 1 winner. But he faces 2 very good shippers from out of state, including Sharp Azteca, who missed much of the second part of his 3-year-old season after grabbing a quarter while training at Monmouth. But his comeback race in the City of Laurel Stakes on November 19th at Laurel, this was an impressive win against a good field. He won by more than 5 lengths, Sharp Azteca did, after going head-and-head with a horse by the name of Hot Seat. Hot Seat won his first 2 starts by a combined 20-plus lengths. So Sharp Azteca ran fast against a good colt, and he earned a 101 Beyer speed figure. 2 sharp workouts at Santa Anita suggest that Sharp Azteca is a huge major player in the Malibu Stakes. Finally, my top selection, he's going to draw the inside post again. Number 2, Mind Your Biscuits, with the scratch of number 1, Navy Him, puts Mind Your Biscuits down on the inside. But this is a good horse with established Grade 1 form. He finished a closing 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. And while it's true that Dre Fong and Masochistic may have been coming back to the field a little bit, you had to like what you saw with the closing finish of Mind Your Biscuits, who came flying up on the outside, and he fell short by a length and 1/4, earned a 100 Beyer speed figure. He went back to Belmont Park, trained well there, returned to California. He loves the Santa Anita racetrack, Mind Your Biscuits does. And if the pace backs up, Mind Your Biscuits might be along in time. No value whatsoever as the 5-2 favorite on the morning line against 2 very good horses named 10 Blessings and Sharp Azteca, who are co-second choices at 3-1. But in the Grade 1 La Brea, maybe we can cash a bet on 8-1 shot Chow Chom, whose main rivals are Lightstream and Finley's Lucky Charm. I'm Brad Free. This has been the SoCal Report. I'll talk to you next time.